It's no secret that the tranquility of the forest can be deceiving. While it might seem like the perfect place to relax and connect with nature, not all trees are as friendly as they look. Some are so dangerous that simply standing too close could spell trouble. These are the trees that produce deadly poisons, have thorny trunks, or even explode with the force of a bomb. So let us guide you through the 15 most dangerous trees that you should never, ever touch. Number 15. Strychnine Tree, the ominous orange. At first glance, the strychnine tree might look like it offers delicious, citrus-like fruits, but don't be tempted. This tree, native to Southeast Asia and India, harbors deadly toxins in every part of its being. Most dangerous of all are its seeds, which contain strychnine, a powerful poison that can lead to agonizing muscle spasms, convulsions, and even death. Strychnine is notorious for causing the body's muscles to seize in painful contractions. These spasms can be so intense that a person's back arches uncontrollably, making it impossible to breathe. Despite its beauty, the strychnine tree has been used to poison pests, including rats, and once even played a role in limiting the spread of the bubonic plague. So, while it might have historical significance, you'll definitely want to steer clear of this deadly plant. Number 14. Bun Pine, the Jurassic Drop. Australia is home to some of the world's deadliest creatures, and the Bun Pine is no exception. With its origins dating back to the Jurassic period, this massive tree can grow over 100 feet tall, and while its sharp, rigid leaves are dangerous enough, the real hazard comes during its seed-dropping season. Between December and March, the Bun Pine sheds pine cones weighing up to 40 pounds. Imagine a seed falling from a height equivalent to a 9-story building. These falling pine cones have caused serious injuries, including brain trauma. In one case, a 16-pound pine cone hit a man, leading to major surgeries and permanent damage. Aboriginal Australians once harvested these seeds, but they knew better than to stand under the trees, waiting for nature to take its course. So, if you're wandering through the Australian bush, keep an eye on the sky. Those pine cones pack a punch. Number 13. Mansal Tree, the little apple of death. Imagine walking on a sun-soaked Caribbean beach, seeking refuge under a shady tree, only to realize you're standing next to one of the deadliest trees on Earth, the Mansal Tree. Aptly nicknamed the Little Apple of Death, this tree is so toxic that even standing under it during a rainstorm can leave you severely burned. Its milky white sap contains a host of irritants that cause severe blistering on contact with skin. Even a single drop in your eyes can lead to blindness. The tree's seemingly innocent fruit, known locally as beach apples, is equally lethal. A small bite can result in extreme throat pain, burning, and potential digestive damage. To warn people, many beaches mark Mansal trees with red bands, but don't be fooled. These deadly trees are deceptively beautiful, and touching them could be your last mistake. Number 12. Sandbox Tree, spikes and explosions. The Sandbox Tree, also known as the monkey no-climb tree, looks like something straight out of a nightmare. Found in tropical regions of the Americas, this tree's trunk is lined with long, sharp spikes that can easily puncture human skin. And as if that weren't enough, it also releases a poisonous sap that causes rashes and temporary blindness if it touches your eyes. But what truly makes this tree terrifying is its fruit. Resembling small pumpkins, the fruit of the Sandbox Tree doesn't just fall to the ground, it explodes. When fully mature, these seed capsules detonate with a loud bang, sending seeds flying at speeds of up to 150 miles per hour. Imagine being hit by botanical shrapnel. No thanks. If you ever come across this tree, your best bet is to keep your distance. Number 11. Pisonia Tree, the bird snatcher. While it may look unassuming, the Pisonia Tree is a silent killer, especially for birds. Found in tropical regions, this tree produces sticky seeds that latch onto anything that touches them. Birds, in particular, fall victim to these seeds, which become so heavy that they can no longer fly. Trapped by the sticky sap, they eventually die of starvation or fall prey to predators. What's even more disturbing is that the Pisonia tree gains no benefit from these dead birds, leaving scientists baffled as to why it evolved such a deadly feature. While it may not pose a direct threat to humans, this tree's deadly grip on wildlife makes it one of the most dangerous trees in the world. And remember, where birds go, humans often follow. So stay away from this deadly trap. Number 10. Jimpy Tree, the plant that causes madness. Don't be fooled by the heart-shaped leaves of the Jimpy tree. Found in the rainforests of Australia, this innocent-looking plant hides a dark secret. Its tiny hairs are filled with a potent neurotoxin that causes excruciating pain. Even brushing up against this plant can result in stinging pain that lasts for days, months, or even years. The hairs from the Jimpy can break off and become airborne, making them dangerous even to those who are just nearby. Victims have described the pain as being burned with acid while simultaneously being electrocuted. Horses have been known to throw themselves off cliffs after being stung, desperate to escape the pain. If you ever come across this tree, run in the opposite direction. No amount of bravery will protect you from its torment. Number 9. Angel's Trumpet, the bad trip tree. With its beautiful trumpet-shaped flowers, the angel's trumpet seems like the perfect ornamental plant, but don't be fooled. Every part of this tree is highly toxic, and even touching it can lead to severe hallucinations, paralysis, and confusion. Found in South America, and often grown as an ornamental tree worldwide, the angel's trumpet contains powerful alkaloids that affect the central nervous system. Ingesting the plant can cause terrifying hallucinations, and some victims have been driven to extreme acts of self-harm while under its influence. One notorious case involved a man who drank tea made from the plant and, in a hallucinatory frenzy, cut off his own tongue. Needless to say, this is one plant you should admire from a distance. Those angelic blooms hide a dark, dangerous secret. Number 8. Jabat Caba tree, the alien berries. At first glance, the Jabat Caba tree looks like it's covered in black boils, but those aren't growths, they're berries. This Brazilian tree grows its fruit directly on the trunk, making it look like something out of a science fiction movie. While the berries are edible and often made into jams, jellies, and wines, mistaking this tree for other poisonous lookalikes can be deadly. The Jabat Caba's fruit is often confused with the berries of the deadly nightshade or pokeweed, which can cause severe stomach cramps, difficulty breathing, and even death. So while this tree is one of the safer entries on this list, the risk of confusing its fruit with something far more dangerous is reason enough to be cautious when you're foraging in the forest. Number 7. Black Locust Tree, thorns that pack a punch. The black locust tree may not look particularly threatening, but those thorns tell a different story. Native to North America, this tree's sharp, barbed thorns can easily puncture the skin. And if that weren't bad enough, they're coated with the toxin robin, which can cause muscle weakness and kidney failure. Even touching this tree can be hazardous to your health. The black locust's cousin, the honey locust tree, is similarly armed with long, spear-like thorns capable of puncturing car tires or even breaking bones. While these thorns originally evolved to protect the trees from giant prehistoric animals like woolly mammoths, they're still just as effective against humans. If you see one of these trees, do yourself a favor. Stay far, far away. Number 6. Whistling thorn acacia, the symbiotic soldier. The whistling thorn. Acacia might sound like something straight out of a fairy tale, but this tree is no friend of wandering travelers. Found in the savannas of East Africa, this tree is home to colonies of aggressive fire ants. The ants make their homes inside the swollen bases of the tree's thorns, forming a symbiotic relationship where they protect the tree from herbivores in exchange for shelter. If you come too close, these ants will swarm out of the tree, delivering painful stings that can cause intense burning and itching. But that's not all. When the wind blows, the hollow thorns whistle ominously, adding an eerie soundtrack to this natural defense system. In short, this tree is a nightmare for both animals and humans alike. Number 5. Oleander, the silent killer. Don't be deceived by the beautiful blooms of the oleander tree. This is one of the most poisonous plants in the world. Found in warm climates around the globe, the oleander is often used as an ornamental shrub, but every part of this tree is toxic, from the leaves to the flowers and even the sap. Ingesting any part of the plant can lead to severe symptoms such as nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, and even heart failure. What makes the oleander particularly dangerous is its deceptive beauty. The flowers are fragrant and colorful, luring in both humans and animals. Ingesting even a small amount of its leaves or flowers can be fatal, and the toxins remain potent even in dried leaves. So while the oleander might be a staple in many gardens, it's best admired from a safe distance. Number 4. Poison sumac, the itchy invader. If you've ever gone hiking through swampy areas in North America, you may have encountered the infamous poison sumac. While not technically a tree, this large shrub can grow tall enough to be mistaken for one, and its effects are nothing short of agonizing. The sap of poison sumac contains urushiol, the same toxin found in poison ivy and poison oak, and it's responsible for causing the infamous itchy rash. Just brushing up against this plant can lead to severe blistering, itching, and swelling. The rash can last for weeks, and in severe cases it can lead to serious infections. Even burning the plant can release toxic fumes that cause lung irritation. So if you see a tree-like shrub with clusters of white berries, steer clear. It might just be poison sumac, waiting to leave you scratching for days. Number 3. Tallow tree, the invasive threat. The tallow tree, also known as the Chinese tallow tree, may not have the same immediate physical dangers as some of the other trees on this list, but it's hazardous in a different way. It's highly invasive and toxic to many forms of wildlife. Native to East Asia, this tree was introduced to the southern United States, where it has become a dominant and destructive species. The seeds of the tallow tree contain toxins that are poisonous to cattle, horses, and other livestock, making it dangerous for any animals that graze near it. Additionally, the tree spreads rapidly, displacing native plants and disrupting ecosystems. Its sap can also cause skin irritation, and some people develop allergic reactions from simply touching the leaves. This tree may not be explosive or spiky, but it's definitely one you should avoid. Number 2. Yew tree, the graveyard guardian. Throughout history, the yew tree has been associated with death, and for good reason. This tree is highly poisonous. Found across Europe, Asia, and North America, the yew's dark green needles and bright red berries might look inviting, but every part of this tree, except for the flesh of the berries, contains taxine alkaloids, a deadly toxin. Ingesting the needles, seeds, or bark of the yew tree can lead to a swift and painful death. Symptoms include difficulty breathing, seizures, and cardiac arrest. Despite its deadly nature, the yew tree is often found in graveyards, symbolizing death and eternity in many cultures. So while the tree may hold symbolic significance, it's one you should never touch or ingest. Its silent poison works quickly and efficiently. Number 1. Curar Tree, the poisoned arrow. Last but not least, we have the infamous Curar Tree, a tree native to the rainforests of South America. Historically, indigenous tribes used the tree's potent sap to create poison-tipped arrows for hunting. The sap contains powerful alkaloids that cause paralysis by blocking the neurotransmitters that allow muscles to contract. Even a small amount of curare can paralyze an animal, or a human, in a matter of minutes, leading to suffocation as the respiratory muscles fail. Despite its deadly nature, the toxin has been used in modern medicine as a muscle relaxant during surgeries. However, without proper medical supervision, curare is a fast and effective killer. If you ever find yourself trekking through the Amazon rainforest, this is one tree you definitely don't want to touch. Forests and trees may seem like quite peaceful places, but as we've seen, some trees hide some very dangerous secrets. Whether they're armed with deadly toxins, explosive seeds, or spiked branches, these natural wonders are not to be trifled with. So next time you go for a nature walk, keep your eyes peeled. You never know which tree could be the last one you touch. We really hope this video has shed some light on the dangerous side of nature and maybe even inspired you to do some more research on these fascinating but deadly trees. If you find it interesting, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Also, let us know in the comment section below if you've encountered any of these trees in real life and how you handled it. Until next time, stay safe and remember to always respect nature.